put in place that can really guarantee the future success and well-being of your children. If you put money in bank, inflation can reduce it to nothing. Amomboba kudie komo lore jinsi koto. Amonomono asise imole fomo Ọlọ́run. Just a little to the son of a righteous man stumbling into a pit in the dark recess of the night. That's when God will send a thunder, boom, lightning. That moment he said, oh, there's a pit here. It is the righteousness of the Father that is answering for the Son. When God appeared and said to, oh, can I just preach a little? Can I preach a little? Do you realize that Isaac was ready to leave Gerar to run away to Egypt? Do you realize he had gotten his visa and everything, determined to go? And God said, sojourn in this land. Do not go down to Egypt. I will be with you. Why? Because of your father, Abraham. Was it because of the righteousness of Isaac? In fact, God still has to ethically adjust his life, because like his father, he was still calling his own wife sister too. And that's common among believers. Our sister, uncle, that's your wife. Are you sleeping with your sister? It's religion. My wife is my wife. Okay, let's drop that. Not to distract us from the message. I can call your wife sister, but don't call your wife sister. Abraham lied. Don't continue it. God showed up and said, because your father Abraham obeyed my statutes, my judgment, I'm going to be with you. Did Jacob know God? Was Jacob looking for God when he left home? What was Jacob looking for? In search of a wife. He was going to the house of Laban. And God showed up. I am the God of, and the God of. Did he include Jacob? No, because God has no grandsons. You have to know him personally. So I will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you until I've performed everything that I've said concerning you, because of the Father. So I want to profile two lives for you today to see how to guarantee the future success of your children and their well-being in life beyond insurance. I'm not saying don't take insurance. I've told you I took. Beyond building houses, beyond giving them sound education, beyond leaving money in the bank for them, anything can happen in this unsafe world. To all those things, the insurance company can collapse. Go and ask all those who put their life investments in Enron. In one day, they became bankrupt. Who told that insurance company will always be there? Oh, we expect them to be there, but anything can happen. It's called risk business. Hello, somebody? And those who take risk on your behalf also can become risky to you. And once they file bankruptcy, what can you do? Have there been banks that have gone insolvent in Nigeria? You understand me? I was young when they said that, and the people around said there's nobody who cannot get tired. Even the mosque at Alakara bus stop became tired, and it turned into a petrol station because they broke the mosque down to put petrol station there. Do you understand? Things change. Nothing is permanent, nothing is constant on this side of eternity. You can plan it this way, it can go that way. Have you done a business that you think is so good and it backfired on you? But I want to profile the life of David, the circumstances of his life, and people who stood by him in his hour of need, both at the time when he was poor and being chased by Saul, and after he had become a king and being chased by his son, Absalom. Do I need to go to chapter and verse? Or you can find it out yourself. Are you matured enough, or you want me to say chapter this and verse that? I'll do that, but let me flow. Jonathan knew that Saul was going to kill his friend. He went to him in the wilderness of Ziph and said to him, I know you will be king after my father, and I will be next to him. Wishful thinking, because that never happened. But I've come to make a covenant with you for the sake of my children and children's children and my household, that in case anything happens, you will remember me and do good to them. They entered into that covenant perfect. If you read your Bible well, you can go back to 1 Samuel chapter 18. After he had killed Goliath was the first time their hearts were united. And they became one. Their hearts were knitted together. And Jonathan loved David like his own soul. The Bible says he gave him his girdle, his belt. What does belt? What does it represent? That's what puts everything together in your life. We call it the belt of truth. It's the thing that everything fastens to. If you remove my belt now, if the trouser is not well done, it can be falling off. It also represents your accomplishments. When boxers fight, they give them belt. Do you understand me? He gave him his coat because he was a shepherd boy. He didn't know life in the palace. He had no royal robe. He gave him his sword. I will never attack you. He gave him everything that he had. He said, take. We are one now. All that I have are yours. They entered into covenant subsequently. When Saul died, and Jonathan died alongside with him, instead of David rejoicing, he taught the children of Israel what he called the song of what? Rainbow. How are the mighty falling? Tell it not in Gad. Publish it not in the street of Ashkelon, lest the daughters of Philistines rejoice. That's why we go to television and publish the havoc that has happened to our brothers because we now look better. And David began to weep for his brother Jonathan. Did that stop the war between the household of Jonathan of Saul and David? No. He taught them the song of the bow, but war still came. And there was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David. And many people had died. But the house of David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul weaker and weaker. But after they had anointed David third time as king in Hebron, he stood one day. He remembered the covenant. He said, is there anyone still left in the household of Saul that I might do good to for the sake of Jonathan my friend?